So, welcome to this evening time taste challenge. My nose is kind of stuffy. I was sneezing earlier, and last night I had a sore throat, but thankfully that went away. So I don't know, man. This time of year, I've been banging these out because I guess I'm trying to get through it. Hartley V.S.O.P is the product going up against another similar product. This is using Italian brandy. It's a imported brandy. I paid $8.99 at Winn-Dixie, on sale this month till December 29th. Classic Club V.S.O.P. I bought this at Total Wine and More. I've only, you know what? I caught myself. I was about to say I've only seen this at Total Wine and More, but I do believe I have seen it at a couple of other stores like Star and Savannah Discount. I don't see it commonly. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I do because I do not. I've never seen it in my town. No way. But I've seen it in Jefferson Parish. Now, Hartley. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could find Hartley in my town with no effort. Well, mainly at Winn-Dixie. They got diamonds, not dots. Diamonds. V, diamond, S, diamond, O, P. But it's the same thing. Brandy with natural flavors and caramel color. Premium quality. Well, of course. Semper Delectamentum. I think that means always delicious. Oh, really? It's got 2 paddles and 2 like sports paddles. Because, you know, you're at the country club drinking Classic Club. Oh, yeah, right. And martini glasses for some reason. I'll show you the website listing for this huge bottle. I can't, and like I put on my description below, introduced in question mark. Now they say it's trademark, but I cannot find a trademark date on it. Been looking for that for years. Cannot find it. Oh, my nose. The spirit of the, what does it say? The spirit of the cocktail. Yeah, well, yeah, they're focusing on cocktails. Don't drink it neat because you might gag. No, you know, I mean, all kidding aside, but it may not be a joke. It's from Spirits Direct, which some people say is a private label for Total Wine, but I know that's not exactly true because I have found Spirits Direct products at other stores, which are in no way related to Total Wine and More. All right. Some people say, well, they get it straight from the distillery. Well, that's illegal. They have to go through the 3-tier system. So they have to go through a distributor. So that doesn't make any sense. They might make a deal with it. No, they might make a deal. Well, I don't know. I think they have to go through the facets of it. Anyway, there's Classic Club Brandy V.S.O.P. $18.49 for this huge bottle. Yeah, I think that's about what I paid, if I'm not mistaken. The time spent in oak barrels imparts vanilla notes, probably more like the vanilla flavor added, I think, that go well with the fruitiness of this brandy. Medium bodied and soft. It goes in any brandy-based cocktail like a Sidecar or a Metropolitan. Yeah, okay. It's very mild. Notice it's 100% on the mild and no complexity, naturally. It's delicate more than rich. I mean, it's more like light and dry more than rich and sweet. I would go along with that, sort of. It gets an 80, a B minus, meaning it's sort of good. Here's some recent reviews. Economical. I bought this brandy to try as sometimes after a nice meal. I like to have a digestive. The Classic Club brandy is not the best to drink by itself, but it does stand up well in a mixed cocktail, say with soda or cola. Now this other guy says disgusting grape jelly alcohol. That's harsh. The cheapest of the cheap, says Survey Nonsense. You get what you pay for. That's true times, not always. Well, yeah, there you go. B minus. Well, that's really not that bad considering the price point. Okay, let's go with Hartley. I think it gets similar. It gets a much worse score actually. But of course, not everybody who drinks it reviews it. Okay, not available in Metairie, but I might go there next month and I'll have it. All right, but anyway, 750 is $8.99. Same price at Winn-Dixie this month. No, there's the current bottle. Well, that's what it looks like. They have changed it slightly over the years, but not much. They just put the V.S.O.P in the blue banner to make it more easily seen. Italy, yeah, it does use Italian brandy. Rich buttery cake fragrance. Leads you to a smooth array of fruits on the palate. Vanilla coats the tongue with hints of orange peel, Asian and apricots that all end with a clean, crisp finish. And if you believe that, you'll believe pretty much anything. Okay, 68. That's why it's getting a D plus, because it's all of that. Sure. Wings and Pizza says, don't drink it neat, laughing out loud. Right, that's the tagline. Don't drink it. That's their tagline. Don't drink it neat. But I mean, it's not as bad as some people claim it is, but it definitely ain't as. Oh, wait, never mind, because nobody's claiming it's that good. I was going to say it's not as good as people claim it is, but there's actually nobody claiming that it's that good. Okay. It's all this smudge on it. You're going to think my house is clean. I just was dusting the house today. My house is clean. I mean, honestly, I probably go a little bit too much overboard. Yeah, I mean, I probably go a little overboard on having the house clean, you know. But can't have it dirty. Okay, Classic Club. Yeah, sure. You'll see this in all the clubs that are about to go out of business. Okay, anyway. It's not going to be much to show because they're going to be kind of caramel colored because they have caramel color added. But they're not going to be grim like 5-6 years ago. I mean, when you drank Hartley 5-6 years ago, you'd be like, oh, just couldn't believe it. Glass, always glass. Now, I'll give them credit on that. Hartley's always glass, even the big handles. This is plastic. Comes in plastic. Now, if you get the regular bottle, it's glass. Okay, it's glass. But when you get the big size, it's plastic. Plastic. Andy Warhol would love the plastic. But Hartley does do all glass, so we'll give them credit. We'll give them credit. We can't give them credit for much, but we'll give them credit for that. When I say we, give them meaning Barton, who started it in 1943, but Barton is owned by the Sazerac Company since 2009. So when you say Barton, you mean Sazerac. Now let's see who is the so-called producer here. Oh, IWA Distilling Company Limited, Louisville, Kentucky. IWA Distilling. Somebody told me that stands for International Wine Associates. I do get that. Better known as Buffalo Trace and the Sazerac Company. But it's true, though. I get a lot of... I can go right there to Walmart. I can walk to Walmart in 10 minutes, but it's a little chilly out there. I wouldn't do it. But they've got so many IWA distilling products, liquors over there. And they're all in plastic. Nothing says quality like the thud of plastic, right? Appearance, yeah, they're about the... Well, I was about to say they're about the same, but this one is a little darker, and I don't know which one it is, so I've already mixed them up. So I got to remember, get it through your head. One is using Italian brandy, one is not. Even though they're processed at the same facility in Frankfort, Kentucky, Buffalo Trace, you'll never see these on the tour. Wick Sound says, good evening. I'm employing a Labatt brewed Bush Ice 6% currently. Yeah, Canadians get the Bush Ice 6%. In the United States, we get Bush Ice 5.9. Why they make a difference like that, I do not know. I've never seen Bush Ice in Louisiana in my entire life. Seen it. I see it in Mississippi. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Here, there, Mississippi. Stop to get gasoline for your car. Go to the restroom. There's Bush Ice on the shelf in the cooler. So, yeah. Louisiana, no. Of course, if I go to the Dominion of Canada, I guess I could get, obviously, Bush Ice. I could get that Carling Black Ice. Or Carling doesn't exist in Louisiana. You could forget that. Maybe in 1964, not in 74, maybe even 84. But 94, 04, 14, 24. Nope. All right, here we go. It's been a rather cold day, but I did lay down on that Mexican blanket after lunch. And the sun was shining on me. And it did make me sleep very well. And I did find out that Campbell's Chunky soup was introduced in 1970. I didn't realize it's a soup that eats like a meal, let's be honest. But I didn't realize that it had been around since 1970. And also didn't realize that they had bought Franco-American company over 100 years. I think it was over 100 years ago. Although I think that's defunct these days. I don't think I've seen any Franco-American products for 10 years. They used to make the SpaghettiOs and all that, but I think they phased it out. They owned it. I finally figured it out. That's why companies do buyouts. They don't buy it out they buy it out to kill it. All right. How do you get rid of the competition? You buy it, then you make it disappear. Good idea. All right. If you're ruthless. All right. It's the same old show. I mean, you say these are becoming very repetitive. They're going to be repetitive because they are very similar, which is why you do not see me standing in a line in front of a liquor store waiting for the special releases, because I have deciphered the riddle. I have the Rosetta Stone right there in my pocket, and I know what is the deal. I know what's going on. I am not getting fooled anymore. I wasn't really getting fooled before. But anyway, maybe with beer, All right, but oh. He says, all right. Yeah, all right. If I did get Bush Ice in my town, I would buy it, assuming the price was comparable to natural ice, which I get anytime, which I just drank some an hour ago, and it's very delicious. I know some people are having a conniption fit right about now since I said that. I don't understand that fanaticism about that product. It's fine. It's good. It's like Welch's grape jelly. Is it the best grape jelly? I don't know. I probably never had the best grape jelly. Certainly not the worst. Okay. Interesting. Less fruitiness, less kind of vanilla-iness. More grape leaves over here. So do they smell alike? Honestly, they don't really smell alike. They have similarities, but they're not a total match. Okay, so the price point. Well, you could save $2 buying the Hartley at Winn-Dixie. You could get it for like $16.50, and you can go to Total Wine and More and get the Classic Club and pay $2 more. And but I don't think you're going to benefit from that. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Now, you say, well, I don't live where they have Winn-Dixies, so how is that going to help me? The answer would be it wouldn't help you. But on the other hand, if you live, like say you live in Pennsylvania or Delaware or New Jersey, they have a lot of liquor stores there, and Hartley is sold there. So not to say you should go looking for it, but I mean, you could stumble upon it, and the price point probably be similar to here. And that's what I'm talking about. All right. Certainly has a familiar flavor. All Busch beers are $11.49 Canadian dollars for a 6-pack of 473 milliliter cans. A pint. Is that a good value? It's a good value if it translates to $5.99 US dollars. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I can get Ice House, same size bottle cans, 6-pack, 5.5. Not a big drop off, but I mean I could get natural ice too, and I can get that for $5.74. $5.74. And I don't think 5.74 translates to 11.49 Canadian. It might be, I don't know, 6.50, 6.75, a dollar more. But yeah, the Busch was 14.50. Oh, that's highway robbery. Time to change your government. You need a new cabinet, and I don't mean a kitchen cabinet. You know what I'm talking about. Similar, grape leaves, grape skins, same kind of what is the flavor? Is it like fondant? You say fondant. If you look up confectionaries, you'll see. I don't know. It's is it more sweet than dry or more dry than sweet? I think they're more dry than sweet, which is a benefit because when it gets too sweet, it gets gagging. The Canadian government is removing sales tax for 2 months starting December 14th. That's 15%. That's a 15% discount, a drop in the bucket. That won't save them. We learned that here in November. All these last minute changes ain't going to save it. People are waking up. They're getting awoken, but not in a way that the mass media will portray it. You know what I mean? No, I mean. All right. Anyway, so okay, all right. They're inexpensive. If you want to call them budget brands, that would be a good description. But it's not like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this could have been literally a sipping nightmare. Now it's like a sipping, experience at a low level, but they have improved it. I can't speak for Classic Club because we never had a Total Wine until 4 years ago, and I don't know where it was sold before that around here. It may have been. I wasn't looking for it. Certainly had experience with Hartley before that time, and it was a bad experience. No, I didn't get hungover. I didn't get sick. I wasn't throwing up. I wasn't ill. I just thought it tasted bad. And then the next time it tasted not so bad. And then the third time it was like, yeah, it's sort of good if you want to make an argument. And then the fourth time now, it's like you're amazed. You feel like Paul McCartney. Maybe I'm amazed. And it's actually sort of good, which you can't believe, It's like you're getting close to E&J V.S.O.P, maybe. The V.S.O.P. So do I hate these products? Talking about currently now? No, not even close to it. Do I love them? I wouldn't go to that. I wouldn't go to that extreme. That's the polar opposite. I would say it's more like in the middle. They're like, they're all right. What would I do with them? Well, me personally, I don't do cocktails. I don't like sip liquor on its own, just like watching TV or whatever. I just do these videos. Like literally, it's the only time I ever drank them, which is why these bottles last a lifetime in a way. But like they're saying on the website, they're saying that on the sell sheet for a classic club, it would be good with a cola. You say, what kind of cola? Great value, always save, some cheap brand. Yeah, it's probably what they're directing you towards. Cheers, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Hope you're having a good Thursday night, says Tommy Carroll. I am, actually. Thank you, Tommy, and same to you. That's Ontario Doig Ford Conservative. Another drop drips. Doug Ford. Wasn't that the guy? There was a guy in Ontario. He was like crazy, like they had incidents on video where he was like acting out. I remember that years ago. It was like somebody over there. He had like mental health issues, and he was intelligent. He was sort of like the golfer. The famous golfer. He was intelligent, but the alcohol, drug abuse, medicine, misuse of prescription drugs affected his effectiveness. So I remember that, and I was watching videos. I was like, wow, this guy's flying high on probably something he got from the doctor, but pharmacy. But he's out there in some other dimension, like the golfer. I was like, obviously he couldn't be in a government position. Although he probably, if you sat down with him being sober, which might happen 2 hours each day, he could maybe communicate some lucid ideas that might be good. But you can't have that. Yes, Rob Ford was the Toronto mayor, the current Ontario premier. Okay, yeah, I knew I was on to something with that. Yeah, that was a scary. I was watching that and I was like, "Woo wee!" It's kind of like our last presidential election. There was one of the candidates that was, well, there was a lot of rumors flying around about that, and they didn't talk about it on television, but they talked about it on the streets, and that's where it counts. In the street hassle, and they were saying, so and so got a little problem with Canadian whiskey. That's her pet, addiction, whatever, and maybe some antidepressant issues. I'm talking about pill popping, and then that kind of was exemplified with some live video appearances where people were like, wait a minute. I know I watched Keith Moon on Good Morning America in 1978, but wait a minute. I think we dodged the bullet on this. So yeah, I mean, if you see it and you recognize it, then you kind of like thinking, yeah, that's happening. All right. The lesser Ford smoked. Yeah. Oh yeah. We don't even want to talk about it. They did talk about it on TV, even late night show. Yeah, I remember that whole Canadian fiasco. It was bad. Wings and Pizza says, oh man. Yeah, oh man. Oh man is right. All right. Anyway, and I believe that was sort of like a repeat of 2016. There was a candidate running for high office that apparently had a favorability towards certain Canadian whiskeys, and maybe sometimes had a problem standing upright, had to get helped into the SUV. But I'm not saying that as a denigration. I'm not saying that as a joke. And I'm not saying it as a braggadocio or like, haha, look at you. I'm saying it as like people see this, it's a concern. They say, I mean, it's a legitimate concern. They say, wait a minute. If you're doing videos at your house like I'm doing, and you talking out your head or can't stand up, like, oh, well, no big deal. Unsubscribe, don't watch. What difference does it make? It's like irrelevant. But if you're running for a high office and you got a problem with this, people are going to think, I don't know about this person. Seems kind of up there, out there. And I noticed that 8 years ago, and this present year, people were saying, wait a minute. I mean, if a person's looped up or lit up or whatever terminology you want to use, you could say, there's like a struggle there, and they're trying to talk, like they're trying to play it straight. Like, yes, I'm here and you're looking at, I'm here to talk about what we need to do. We're not going to give up the struggle. But then you're watching it and you're like, there's a struggle, all right, but it ain't the one you're talking about. Anyway, um, to finish this up, Butch Willie says, Ron, how the heck are you? I'm all right. I'm all right, Butch. Doug Ford loosened our very strict beer sales. Now we can buy beer and wine in gas stations, convenience stores, conservative premier. Hee hee. Yeah, I'm very anti-regulatory. This channel does promote free enterprise, and if you want to say libertarianism or whatever. Enough about us Ontarians. I've been to Ontario, so I like to talk about Ontario. I could talk about Ontario for a long time. Man, I've been to Windsor. I've been to Toronto. I've been to Sky Dome, or what do they call it now, Rogers Center, twice. Took a tour. It was nice. I loved it. All right. Louisiana liquor reviews. Do you think some alcoholics are highly functional? I would say they're probably marginally functional. I don't know about highly functional. Marginally functional. Now, some people will say, "Well, what about Ernest Hemingway? What about Ernest Hemingway? Well, was he functional? What happened to him? Let's think about it." Oh yeah, never mind. Um, no, I think it's like You say, what about Hunter S. Thompson? Oh yeah. Oh, bad example. Okay, never mind. Don't bring up these examples because you're not. You're not. Yeah, I think it's not good. If they're if they're hopped up on pills or the herbal, natural. What am I trying to say? Like non-liquid refreshment, non-liquid refreshment, or the liquid, whatever the case, whatever is the case that they gave me. If they can't handle it, then it's going to handle them. And you can see it. I mean, you see it of it. Government, music, movies. It's not good. It's not good. So I know a lady who drank. Oh, come on, Butch. We're not even going to mention that. Yeah. This one is a little bit more grain alcohol flavor, but it does not contain grain alcohol. It's grape alcohol. It's a little bit more stark, I think, but it's not bad. I can't say it's bad. It's not bad. I would buy it theoretically, hypothetically. I mean, I never buy them again, but I would buy it again. I would not bring it to a wedding party or wedding reception. I would not bring it to a graduation. I would not bring it. I would bring it maybe to a football pool or what they call that, fantasy football party, watching the games. I mean, something like that, but not something that you want to bring something nice. You don't bring. I'm covering them up. Don't bring these. If you hear the word wedding or graduation or a milestone, don't bring these. But for very basic get-togethers, you say, what about a family reunion? That would be a good setting, because I have been to many family reunions. Well, a decent amount. And I noticed that there's prodigious drinking going on, and a lot of people barbecuing chicken, which is good. But I remember I went to a family reunion and I thought, I'm going to bring beer. And you know how the family reunion is. You don't know the people. Like, they're your relatives, but you really don't know these people. You don't ever interact with them, and they're like strangers, but they're your family. Like, oh, that's my second cousin once removed. I never saw this person. And then they'll be like, well, I'm your great aunt's brother's sister's nephew's ex-wife's cousin. And you're like, it's like mind boggling. You can't keep up with it. You're just like eating potato salad. But I I said, well, okay, let me bring some stuff. So I stopped at Racetrack and I bought a 6-pack of Bush beer. Wick Sounds, Bush, not Bush Ice, Bush. And I bought a 6-pack of Schlitz. I brought it, put it in the ice chest under the ice. And I was watching Mike, relative by marriage. I'm watching. He looks in the cooler. He's reaching around. Now they had other stuff too, like better quality out Bush, and he cracked it open. I said to myself, that was a good choice. All right. Anyway, last call on this, then we'll look at the comments. Hear those sirens again. It's never a good sign. And depends on your culture and good taste. Some drink a beer with breakfast. Oh, I wouldn't drink a beer with breakfast unless I was doing a video with Popeye's breakfast platter, which I'm thinking about doing. Now, that's all kidding aside. I'm thinking about getting a Popeye's breakfast. Most Popeyes around the United States do not sell breakfast, but ours does, starting at 5 a.m. And it's huge, like literally. I think that could be your one meal for the day. And I've been asked to do that. Could I drink a beer with Popeyes? Well, I mean, when you wake up at 1:50 a.m., I guess 6 a.m., 5:30, 5:45 a.m. is like midday, right? But that and there actually, I don't think it's part of the. If you look on the Popeyes corporate website, they don't list breakfast. I think it's just a private thing they do here. It's a franchise, and they make their own menu. I don't think it's part of the actual Popeyes company, but they do sell it, and they've always done it actually. Okay, so have you heard of Laird's app and like the McDonald's secret menu? There is a McDonald's secret menu. Look that up. You'll be amazed. I'm amazed. And I looked it up 12, 15 years ago. The McDonald's secret menu. Have you heard of Laird's Applejack? I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it in the liquor store, but I've never had it. It's made with apples, obviously. Yeah. From Virginia. Virginia. Yeah. But I've never had it. Evening rhyme, making a roast chicken tonight. Potatoes, onions, and carrots. Going to make a gravy from the drippings. That sounds really good, Joe Cobb. I also have a family like that on the German side. So many people that I'm related, but I don't know who they are. Like that's me. Like I have relatives. I don't know these people. I have no relationship with them. I know people in my neighborhood that are not related to me in any way that I'm more close to. But I have relatives that lived in Romania, Spain, Germany, and I'm easygoing, so I know the people, but they're more like why did you put a like on my photo? I don't know who you are. I don't know, like, well, we're relatives, right? We're second cousins, right? But they're weird, But you say, well, they're German, they're Germans are like that. I don't know if that's true, but they're kind of funny, But anyway, funny, not comical, but oddly funny. Speaking of bourbon and the Buffalo Trace Distillery, I have a bottle of the venerable Blanton single barrel sitting pretty until December 25th. Oh, I saw a lot of Blantons this morning at 6:50 a.m. Electro says, hi, Jay. Hello to you. Doesn't matter which time you drink, in my opinion, as long as you control yourself. Well, that's definitely true. The time of day is irrelevant. 4 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m. That doesn't matter. The consumption level does matter, clearly. Same thing with dieting, food. I try to get this through to people, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to make much impact. And I try to tell them, I said, you're talking about a diet, but your volume is prodigious. You eat every day what most wedding receptions serve in a night. Honestly, you're not going to lose weight. Ultimately, you're not going to lose weight. I see these people at work, whatever, and it's stunning. Like you look at what they're eating, it's like stunning. Now, you said, well, it might taste good. It's probably delicious. Tastes good. I'm not disputing that. Tastes good. Oh, tastes good. Okay, it's good. But the volume is like unreal. And I say, all this talk that you're telling us is it will not pan out. It will not. It cannot happen. I don't know if it's a German thing, but for my family, it's because after we left Prussia after World War One, most went to the United States, like New York, and my only direct family and a couple of others went to Canada. It takes 20 minutes for you to feel full. A lot of people overeat because of that. Oh, I mean, I see it every day. I used to live that way. I lost 35 pounds. I was getting chubby. You know, people, I've had this shirt many years. I couldn't button this thing without effort. I would be like, oh, now I can button it up I'll do it right now. Did the top button, didn't have to suck it in or anything. But I took a lot of discipline, but it wasn't really difficult. And I thought, I think I'll feel, in my mind, I said, I think I'll feel better if I lose these 35 pounds. So I invented a diet plan. I should market that. I'd probably be a millionaire. But the weight came off like perfect. It was perfect. A perfect development. All right. These are close, but I think I have the answer. Good taste and good sense are at odds with each other. Right. Sorry, Charlie. Like the old saying, sorry, Charlie. People don't want tuna with good taste. They want tuna that tastes good. Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Were you surprised at the verdict of the former Marine in New York City? I wasn't really surprised because it was such a horrible case. Like they had no evidence. There was no proof whatsoever that he did anything malicious. He was trying to help people. You just had these fanatics, but they're fanatics like in the movie The Omen. Like literally, I'm telling you, if you snuck into these people's room and you looked at their head, they would have a hammer and a sickle on their skin. It would be just like the movie. You'd think you were Gregory Peck. You peel back their hair, they would have a hammer and sickle. But they were born with that. See what I'm saying? It's not a tattoo. They were born with that. And that's why they bring these people to trial. True story. It's not a fantasy. This is no dream. This is really happening. So no, but there are enough people that are not part of that. They're not part of that Babylonian. Well, anyway, yeah. So yeah. Why should people that are innocent be prosecuted? The answer is they shouldn't be. So no, I wasn't really surprised, honestly. And I think New York is undergoing a renaissance to a certain extent. But back to these. I think this is the Hartley because it has a little less of that kind of tweaky. I don't know. They're close. In a practical sense, they're close. So, and that's what counts. So, yeah, just get what's cheaper, which is Hartley. So you come out ahead. I got it. I got the $50. Yeah, so it's close, but it's not quite identical. So yeah, Hartley wins out. So Classic Club, sorry, you're not a classic, and no one in a club is going to ever drink this product. All right, so y'all take care now, and see you soon. Not tonight, not tomorrow. Oh, well, tomorrow night at 6:30 Eastern, we're doing Fandango Friday. Any liquor or liqueur? I'm probably going to bring that Jim Beam bourbon cream because it's been I'm sorry to say it's been discontinued. But I got a last bottle of it for $5.99, and that thing was $20 a bottle, $19 to $20 a bottle. They got rid of it for $5.99, if you can believe it. True story. Gregory Peck's best movie is To Kill a Mockingbird. Oh yeah, from what? That's 1960. Black and white movie, 1960. Speaking of Gregory Peck, your thoughts on Boys Farm? Oh, the Boys from Brazil. Oh yeah, where he's taking the photos. Yeah, that was crazy. My thoughts are, yeah. There's a reason I don't watch movies. Henry in Louisville says Drambuie, 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 Bowie, Drambuie, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Mama Monkey, Mama Monkey. See you tomorrow for Fandango. All right, y'all take care now. Bye bye. Baba Booey.